Tikoonz TV. Music, movies, money, motivation.
All right, y'all, what's up? It's your boy Big Sleeps for Tikoonz TV. I'm here with Malcolm Goodwin from iZombie, and he's been in quite a few things. We're gonna touch base on that in a minute. Yo, welcome to Vancouver, Malcolm.
Oh man, glad to be here, Sleepy.
Yeah,
Glad to be here, man.
Have you been here a couple times, right?
You know what? The first time I was here was last year. It was like January. I did a M. Night Shyamalan TV show.
Wayward Pines.
Wayward Pines. It was a Wayward Pines, yeah. And then after that, I booked the pilot, iZombie pilot. So that was my second time here. And so shot the first season out here for 6 months, and out here for another 6.
Yeah,
season 2.
Congratulations, man, on that season 2.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, episode 1.
Yeah, he is.
2.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Found them at a gallery.
Were they in the garbage? What I wouldn't give for a piece of your brain.
He killed it. You crushed
Thanks,
it, dude.
man. I
You
appreciate
crushed
it.
it. We're trying to get them to have you come back, and maybe Liv can eat your brain with all that swag you brought to it, man.
Hey,
It was
man,
hilarious.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm about it. I'm down.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious to see her adapt your personality and your swagger, and that'll be crazy.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm putting it out there. I'm
Sure.
pitching it.
So you're from New York.
Yeah, I'm from New
right?
York. Yeah,
And now you live in LA.
live in LA now. Yeah.
You know, and you've been keeping quite busy. You know what I'm saying? You got if you ever seen American Gangster, you would have seen Malcolm in that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, what was that like working with Denzel?
Oh man, it was a dream come true, man. I mean, just working with a lot of people I admire, heavyweights in the acting game. Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, Joe Morton, Ruby D. Rest in peace, Ruby D. But I had Ruben Santiago Hudson. I mean, Common, T.I. Hip hop cats in the hip hop game, killing it. So it was a dream come true, man. I learned a lot from them cats.
And what was it like working with Ridley Scott?
Oh man, Ridley Scott I feel like he gave me my opportunity. He gave me my break. I booked that straight off of camera. I never walked into a room for that role. And originally it was, I think, literally one scene. I think, at least to my knowledge, it was only one scene. And then every day I just kept getting pages. You're gonna, we have this scene, shoot this scene. Next thing you know, I became the snitch in the film. So whenever I walk through Harlem, everybody's like, yo, you the one who ratted out Frank Lucas. I'm like, yo, it's a movie. It's a movie. Malcolm didn't. Jimmy Z did. It's a movie.
I hear you.
So, but it was good to go back home, because I also grew up in Brooklyn and Harlem. So it was great to go back home to Harlem and, do a film, with these heavyweights, in the streets that I grew up on.
Yeah, so I mean, also you did Leatherheads with Clooney.
Yeah, did Leatherheads too, man. Yeah, right after that, it was just right after American Gangster. It was like a whirlwind, just like nonstop, and it's been like that, and I feel grateful and fortunate. It's been like that for the last 10 years. But yeah, after that, it was this movie called Deception with Hugh Jackman and Ewan McGregor,
yeah.
And then it was Leatherheads, and Leatherheads, we shot that in South Carolina for 5.5 months, 6 months.
Dope.
Yeah, 1920s football, so it was great, man.
Yeah, one of my favorite shows that you're in was called Breakout Kings.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, that was Breakout Kings, man. Yeah, that's family right there.
That's not Erica, bitch. Now let me tell you how we're gonna move forward with this situation. You can tell the cops anything you want, but if Erica's name come out of your punk ass mouth, I will bury you. You hear me? Me and my boys will chop you up and bury you. My reach is long, Pete. Long. I will find you.
One of my favorite shows. I was like, what do you mean they ain't coming back? Yeah. Come on, man. Like I was mad. Like I'm one of those people usually be like, okay, I understand it's the business. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. I did not understand it.
Man, I still get people hitting up on every day. Someone hits me up on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook like, "Yo, when's the season 3? Yo, what happened? Did y'all snitch on Zankinelli?" And I'm like, "We'll see. We'll see what happens." And also, got a whole other fan base once it came on Netflix.
Right.
And so it was this whole another audience who discovered the film, that discovered the TV show. So man, that was great, man. That was a great 2-year run, man. I'm still, great friends with everybody in that cast.
And also iZombie. Now you're on iZombie right now with CW.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did that all inspire?
Yeah, it was pilot season. Pilot season last year. Everybody wants to go out, audition. You work on characters. All season long, so that you can be ready for pilot season. It's a grind. And the script came to me, and the concept was crazy. You know, just like I was a girl, you know, pre-med student who eats brains because she's a zombie. In order to eat the brains, if she eats the brains, she doesn't become full-on zombie, and she's a functioning zombie. So it was kind of crazy, man. I was like, yo, this is, you know, what's going on here? But then when I read the script, I was blown away by it, and I read the comic book because it's also adapted from. It's inspired off of a DC Vertical comic book, yeah, man, went through the audition process. It was long. You go through the studio test, network test, and it fell my way.
All right, see, and let's go back. I mean, let's talk about some music now. I mean, when you say, like, when you worked with T.I. and you worked with those, you also worked with 50 Cent.
Yeah, man, I got mad love for 50, man. Yeah, I actually did 2 films with 50. A lot of people don't know I also did Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. That was also, and it was a crazy story, man. I auditioned for the part that Terrence Howard got.
Okay.
Right? And so I remember my audition process. It was like between me, I think, Terrence and somebody else for that particular role. And it was like this long 45-minute audition process with Jim Sheridan. And Jim Sheridan was just like, you never done a movie? I hadn't done any like big movie yet. And he was just like, I'm like, nah. He says, you know what? I'm gonna put you in your first big movie. Anyway, Terrence gets cast for the role. And then literally like a month and a half out or a month out before the movie's coming out, you got billboards of 50 Cent with the baby, with the gun, yeah. You know, all over New York City, all over the country. And I get this call from Jim Sheridan. And he's like, hey, do you got your passport? This is Jim Sheridan. I'm like, hey, who this? I'm thinking it's one of my boys clowning me or something. I'm like, he's like, no, it's Jim Sheridan. Remember I told you I was gonna put you in this movie? I'm like, yeah. He says, I'm keeping my word. I want you to fly out to Ireland. Oh, wow. Next day, they fly me out to Ireland, you know, for a week, and I shoot these scenes with 50. Although they let me know, they was like, we got 3 scenes with 50, and we got all these other scenes too, but they may not make the cut because the cut is locked. But I'm pitching this other storyline. So that storyline obviously didn't make the film because you don't see me anywhere in that movie. But I got a chance to work with 50, shoot those scenes, and be out there, you know, kicking them with these cats in Ireland, man, for a week. So you know, and then years later, I'm co-starring with him in Freelancers.
Dope.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. But he's good people, man. Real good people.
You know, do you have anything on the outside of iZombie that people should look out for?
Yeah, you know, I also direct and produce. You know, I've directed 3 films. I got a film on Netflix right now called The True Story, based on a true story. It's called The True Story. And I got a couple other movies coming out. One is called Past the Light. It's like an inspirational family film. And I got this another movie called a romantic comedy called Construction coming out sometime next year.
Okay, dope. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you look at the film industry today and when you started, I mean, what entices you so much to stay motivated in this game?
You know, it all starts from, first the love of doing it, man, and it's something that, you know, it was my dream, you know. As generic as it may sound, it's just something I just envisioned, you know, as a kid in Brooklyn, you know, stuttering and stammering in life, but the only time I can be clear, you know, it gave me a voice. You know, I used to have a bad speech problem, super bad, but when I was on stage performing, you know, August Wilson, Shakespeare, it all went away. Oh, wow. And that became my comfort zone, and obviously I rectified that throughout the years, you know, the speech issues, but it was a dream, man, you know, and feeling like, you know, I can, and my love for movies, and my love for art, my love for theater, and, you know, I started off with theater first, so it's just a pursuit of just making my dreams come true, and then, like I said, I've exceeded whatever I thought it was, you know, as a kid, man. So just trying to, you know, that's what keeps me motivated.
That's what's up. Hey, did you get a chance to see Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I loved it.
What were your thoughts on the whole depiction of it?
I thought it was incredible, man. I mean, even in terms of, I know a lot of people focus on, you know, how it parallels the police brutality issues that's happening in our communities that's coming to light, and I'm like, it's always been happening. There hasn't been iPhones. It just hasn't been. These things is always. It's been happening. So, but just in terms of looking at just the rise of what Cube did, what Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, just what they did, man, in terms of just for the culture and just American culture. You know, not just hip hop culture. No doubt. I think is incredible, and I think that's why people were so surprised the film did so well. And I'm like, this is American history. This is dude, I was blown away. I thought F. Gary Gray, I'm a big F. Gary Gray fan, and I thought he did an incredible job.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so
and I
too.
thought the actors, all those actors in there just
Murdered it.
killed it, dude.
Yeah.
Just killed it, man. So, yeah, man, it was so I loved it.
Being a movie buff, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Man, you know what? That's a tough question. I always say it depends on the day. It depends on on this particular day, what my favorite movie is in this particular moment. It will probably be. That's tough, man. Oh man, I don't know. It's tough. I'm thinking about a conversation I had about yesterday with some people yesterday. My favorite movie right now, I'm gonna say Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right
Well, there
Thing.
you go.
Because it just
Dope.
made I was a kid when I saw it, man. It was just the biggest. Growing up with Spike Lee was a god, dude. And I just remember what that movie represented. I remember what was happening. I remember the way I felt at that time. I remember how it just motivated. I'm like, I want to be an actor. I want to work with Spike Lee and everything. So it's really what it represented. It's a lot, for me, at that time. So in this moment, right now, on this particular day, is Do the Right Thing.
That's dope, because you're going to like the gift that we got for you then, if you like Do the Right Thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're going to like it. We're going to get a picture of this later.
All right, cool.
So Malcolm, where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm at Malcolm J. Goodwin on Twitter, Malcolm J. Goodwin on Instagram.
All right, dope. Well, thank you for taking the time, man.
No,
to
thanks,
spend
Stevie.
with us,
Appreciate it, brother.
I know already. Malcolm Goodwin, everybody. Catch him on iZombie Tuesday nights on the CW. Big Sleeps, Tikoonz TV.
Tikoonz TV. Music, movies, money, motivation.